Okay, good morning. Finally, here we are. It's only taken me, it's probably been a good couple of months since I've been out here now. As I stated before, I've explained the reasons why and how I'm going to make it back out here again. Well, it's almost time to start the big project. I've ordered, the steel's been paid for, so the cutters are going to be laser cut out of 450 grade steel, which is very hard. I've ordered the steel for the bar. I've ordered a sheet of 10mm for the body. I've ordered the drive unit. It's coming from Adelaide. I've bought the bearings, got the bearings inside. Once I get all the material here, I'll do another video and just go through it all before I start. What else? I bought everything. The inverter. The inverter's been bought. So everything's coming that I'm going to need for now. I mean, little things like bolts and things like that I'll be able to source easy enough. The only thing I'll have to do after I've assembled the main body and the cutters is work out the gears, the spacing between the two drive shafts, because I only have one drive, so one drive will turn, drive a gear will start, and then so it turns the cutters together in the centre like that. So, but I've got to wait until it's so I know the measurements. So so I'm gonna put you on a time lapse. Well, I'm gonna try and make a time lapse. I'm just going to try, rather than do stop motion, like photo, or take a short bit and then take another little bit. I'm just going to video, and then when I edit, I'm just going to cut out and just make it look a little bit like a stop motion video slash time lapse. So today I'm just going to work on this bench, and this bench here. You'll see once I set the camera up properly how bad it actually is. Yeah, so I want to clean this up today, this whole bench, and have it done. Then I'm going to go inside, and what I'll do is I'll edit and upload, even if it's only a 10-minute video, just so I've got one up there so people understand what's going on. And I might even just, when I'm done, just stand and give just a bit of an explanation on how things are going to work when I start on this new one, so on this new job I should say, the shredder. So stay tuned and I'll get into it. that's about as clean as I'm going to do today. My back is starting to give me grief. This noisy fan, hang on. Alright. Squeaking bastards. It's going to get hot. Next week's going to be unbearable. Well, later in the week might be okay. But here on Monday we got 41, 43 Tuesday. I think it's supposed to get to 36 till 37 today. 39 tomorrow. I've got Santa photos tomorrow. So it's going to be hot. I have the aircon, so I'll be able to do a little bit. I don't know about the 43 degree days though. That's just a little bit much, I think, even for that. That air conditioner can't cope. But I won't have everything here until late next week anyway, so so I just got to wait. But I'm still going to get into here. I might do some more video. I just got to see how this one works first. If it doesn't work, then I'll just do it different. I've still got the rest of the garage to clean, and this is not as clean as I wanted it. What I wanted to do was strip everything off it completely and off these shelves. But for a start, for getting out here to get started, that's not a bad so far. So, considering I haven't been able to get out of here, like I said, for probably 2 months now, since before I went to Western Australia. So, yeah. So I'm just going to go in and edit this and upload it. What I will do is explain. Oh, I don't need the camera, point the camera or anything. When the stuff gets here, like I said, I'll have the steel next week. I'll have the cutters. There'll be 24 cutters and 24 spacers. So, and they're all 10 mil. So overall, where's the rule? So the crusher itself, width-wise, will be about 240, which is plenty. And across, they're 200 diameter each cutter, so that's 200, but they'll overlap by about 50 mil, so it'll probably be about 300 wide. So it's that wide, that deep I should say, not wide, and it'll be about 240, maybe a little bit wider. So what I've got to do first up is try and work out the distance I need on the shafts, cut the steel. I've actually ordered a metre, so it's not going to need to be a metre long, so I might just cut it in half. I've got to machine down the squares, because the cutters and the spacers are got square holes in them to slide on to lock them, so they don't turn, obviously. I was only thinking last night, and once I started thinking, I woke up at 2:15 and started thinking about this shit and couldn't go back to sleep. So by 3:30 I decided to come out in the lounge room, start my laptop, put my headphones on and listen to some rainfall, some white noise, and that put me to sleep. Because once I start thinking of stuff, the mind goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to make a collar to put on the shaft, and I'm going to weld it, and then when I machine the squares, I'll machine up to the collar. So the collar only needs to be sort of 15 mil, and the reason for that is there's only going to be about 5 mil on each side on each shaft, on the top of each square, to locate everything, which is fine, but that will eventually wear because there's not a whole lot of surface. So I'm going to put one on each side, and then I've got to try and devise a locking system. I need to work out how I'm going to put something on the shaft, bolt it to the shaft, and then have forcing screws all the way around, so it'll squeeze everything together tight and hold it tight. Because there's not going to be any room for error between the cutters, because they're going to work like shears. Once they come around, they're going to go like that, and they're going to work like shears. So I've got to work out a way to lock those on. So once I've got those machined square, the right length, And then I'll put back the shafts back in the lathe, just face the front of it so it's nice and square. I need a mill and make the locking mechanisms. Once I've got that done, I need to get that done first before I can design the rest of it. So to design the body of it. So that'll take a little bit of mucking around, but it'll make for some good machining videos. So I know some people like to watch the machining videos. Not that my machining's anything spectacular, but is what it is. It's going to be a bit hard to get a whole lot done prior to Christmas, obviously because of Christmas. And my mum's coming up on the 21st for a couple of weeks. And my brother. So the bro's coming up, so we'll probably go for a ride somewhere for lunch with a mate and with Brucey. And but I'll get as much done as I can. In the new year, it'll be full steam ahead. It's going to take a little while. It's going to take a couple of months, but I know how I want to do it, so it's not going to be like the Can Crusher. The Can Crusher was a design as you go kind of thing. So I know what I want and how I want to build it. Just little details, like cutting out the sheet, the 10mm sheet. I thought of a way too to rather than cut pieces and have to weld them, what I'm going to do is where I want an angle, I'm going to mark the plate, lay it on the mill and just run a 3mm end mill through it and cut it, say 8mm deep. So then all I'm going to do is just push the steel over, weld the underneath, and you'll have a nice round surface for a nice finish. So bits and pieces like that. So it's, as anxious as I am, I'm still keen to get into it. I'm really keen to get this done, so it'll be good. It'll be good. So I know this is the first proper, half decent video that I've released for a little while, and for my regular guys, I do apologise, but it is what it is, I guess. We all can't control our mental health, unfortunately. And in between that, before I start to machine, I'm going to go and buy a couple of floodlights, because with everything closed up in the summer, it's too hot to have everything open. And even though I've improved the lighting in here, I want more, particularly when you're filming. I've come to realise that when you look at other people filming, and I was watching the way Big D films, and I realised I need much more light. I need a lot more light in here. Even if I get a couple of spotlights and point them at the roof, so it'll reflect the light down because the roof's white. So I'm going to go and buy a couple of LED spotlights, or work lights I should say, and see how they go, because they've got a nice big wide spread of light. So anyway, that's enough waffling. I'm talking too much, aren't I? Anyway, until next time, like I said, I might come back out here and I'll see how we go Sunday. Sunday's supposed to be 39 or 40 degrees, I think, on Sunday. It's a nice warm one. Monday's the problem, because Monday's 41 degrees. I've got 3 hours of Santa photos, although that's in air conditioning, and I have a fan and everything else, but even so, it's still hot, it's still sweat. But when I finish that, I've got to go from there up to a primary school and do the big on-stage thing. We got hundreds of people all clapping and cheering and, oh, goody Santa's here. Then I've got to sit down while they sing me a song and I hand out lollies and whatnot, but where I've got to sit is out in, well, not in the open, I'm covered, but in the afternoon the sun shines in directly on where I'll be sitting, and 41 degrees, Santa may just melt. So if you don't hear me after Monday, you'll know why. But anyway, I'm talking too much again. Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for my faithful subscribers. If you're not subscribed, if you've wandered upon this channel accidentally and you've somehow managed to force yourself to watch this much, hit a subscribe, a like, maybe leave a comment. Tell me that if you're new, sub, and it'll just help things, and it helps keep me motivated too. So, Motivation's a problem. Although now, with Dion's project, I'll be fine. So, anyway, people, until next time, as always, stay safe. Peace.